Hello and welcome to Good Clean Gaming. I'm your host Jalindo, and today we're playing some more Renowned Explorers, and I'm really excited about this one. Just a quick recap: in our we did the All Scientist achievement run, and it worked, and it was awesome. We did the All Scout achievement run, and it worked, and it was awesome. But then we ran into the All Fighter run, and it did not go well, and I'm still peeved about that. I'm still looking back, going, "What? I could have did better than that." But the patch changes hit me pretty hard. It hit me harder than what I was expecting because I'm so used to being able to get enough research points in order to get through that first tech tree, and I barely fell short. And then after that, the next expedition, I fell just a little bit short of where I wanted to be at the end of the next expedition. And it just snowballed from there forward, and I just could not seem to regain, what I needed to make that run successful. Yeah, so I think if we succeed on this all-speaker run, then we'll go back and retry that one. Someone did ask for an all-speaker run, and I'm definitely going to make sure they get the run they wanted. I am changing one setting in the game, the quick encounter animations. I'm going to see if you guys like this better. What it's going to do is, each time you attack, you have that little cinematic animation. We're going to check this, and what it's going to do is it's going to skip that animation, and it's just going to make for a little quicker video. I'm going to see if you guys like that. I want you to watch it, though. Please don't just watch one episode and say, okay, I don't like it. Give it a shot. Give it a couple episodes. We're going to leave it on there for the entire campaign, and then if you guys don't like it, I'll turn it back off. If you guys do like it, I'll leave it on, so just let me know. And we're going to start a new game. Discovery mode. It's going to be the classic difficulty, of course. Cheats off, as always, and we're still going to stick to discovery mode. Until I get all the fighter achievement and speaker achievement, I don't want to go to impossible, and I don't want to try adventure mode. I'd rather, stick to this and see how it goes. So, yeah. And then for our team, who's our team going to be? Well, we got to have a captain and 2 crew members. The first one's going to be the captain, and who is it going to be? But it's got to be a speaker. We already know it's going to be an all-speaker run. It's going to be Charles? No. Yvonne? No. Maria? No. Kwame? No. It's going to be Hildegard Haas. How did this adorable Austrian magician get here? This expedition isn't safe for children. She's a 14-year-old Austrian. And the reason why I'm picking her is I have to pick a speaker as a captain because I have to pick all my crew as captain. Charles gives a new buff. Each time you get a specialist, it increases your campaign token with a random improvement. I wasn't really impressed by it, because you can't get enough specialists to really make that matter a whole lot, at least not quickly enough. And then Yvonne Lefebvre, whatever. She gets +1 campaign whenever you solve an encounter with Devious, and the bonus improves with each expedition completed. I didn't test this one, but it just didn't seem powerful enough. Maria gives +50% status from encounter, which is eh. And then Kwame gives +1 study whenever you resolve an encounter with friendly, which I would do this one if I could get enough encounters, but I don't see the value in this. But I looked at this one, and at first it seems underpowered. 2 to 6 research for each campaign token. What's the big deal? But then I looked at, a regular study token is 4 to 7, which means on average you're getting 5.5 study on average per study token. This is 2 to 6, which means you're getting an average of 4 study per token. So that means that three campaign tokens gives you more research than 2 study tokens. Let that sink in for a second. That basically means every single campaign token I get is almost a study token, 2. So yeah, it's going to allow us to get over that hump we were experiencing with the patch. The patch made the later researches more expensive. It really threw me off my game. This is going to let me bridge that gap and get just exactly what research I need to clear this game the way I like to clear this game. Enough talking. Actually, Hildegard, by the way, friendly and aggressive. She can boost spirit with cheer. She's basically a carbon copy of Kwame. If you saw me play with Kwame in the first series, very, very, very similar characters. And then she gives some cool stuff. She's naturalist and diplomat. Some of her cooler stuff in the later parts are you can buff her cheer, make it affect her, or give it an additional buff of plus 20% armor, plus 20% speech defense. That's pretty awesome right there. If you're trying to keep somebody alive and keep them strong and everything, you think they're going to be... Like, if you get somebody to pull aggro on all the enemies, and then you buff them with this, it's gonna actually stack up as a great way to keep them alive. And then the second one is... these two are really cool. This one heals plus 6 spirit for each excited character in the arena. So if all 3 of your characters are excited, she gets healed for 18 spirit, which is half of her starting health. That's pretty good. But this one is my favorite for her because she gives her an extra speech at 50% speech. So it basically turns her impressed speech into 150% speech power. And not only that, but the first hit can make the enemy impressed, which is going to make her do even more damage. So that's just a really good stacking benefit there. First crew member with Hildegard is going to be one of these people, one of 4. Well, we know it's not going to be Kwame because he's basically a carbon copy of Hildegard. And having a level 2 diplomat with a level 2 diplomat, I don't see the advantage. And so we're going to go with Maria. Maria is being the daughter of an Argentine politician. She copied her father's way of handling problems and added her mother's looks and charm into the mix. 24 years old, from Argentina. She's a glass cannon speaker with amazing speech, but very lacking in defenses. Maria can seduce enemies for fantastic damage to their spirit. Maria does very well in friendly and devious crews as long as someone can protect her. She's recommended in friendly and devious, whereas Hildegard is friendly and aggressive. So what's going to be our third pick? Our third pick is going to be Charles Templeton. He's an ex-sailor, and then Butler from Manchester, who wants to rub elbows with the Queen, knows how to throw a punch and an insult. We've used Charles before. He was a great asset in a previous run, and he's going to be a great asset again. So the plan is that Hildegard, she starts out with level 2 diplomat. She's going to be, she has this naturalist. Naturalist is very useful, and I'm going to have naturalist as the skill that she goes for. The second one is going to be Maria Gonzalez. She's not going to go, she starts with level 2 Begaler, but she's going to go with probably Archaeologist as a way of just, you know, spreading out those talents a little bit. And then Charles is a level 1 Diplomat, level 1 Survivalist. Since we already have a level 2 Diplomat in Hildegard, we're going to have him go Survivalist, which I believe, in my opinion, is probably the most useful perk in the game currently. So yeah, here we go. Start the adventure. There's our team, led by a 14-year-old magician. This is going to be interesting. Alright, where are we going to start? Druidic Stone Circle. That's actually the best place to start. We're still going to be growing research and campaign, so that's going to work out. New, okay, everybody's new, so we have low resolve. So we're going to be doing the basics. We're going to hit every single node, just like we always do. A group of wolves is being very protective and territorial. They're launching an attack on you. Alright. Take out the wolves. So you're going to see why the cutscene removal thing is going to be so, make these videos so much shorter. And maybe easier to get through. Let's do, we want to be devious because that's going to get us our bonus. See, boom, I hit him. That's all it took. Don't think I can hit far enough to actually hit that guy, so... In turn, we're in a bad state on the mood, so that's not good, but otherwise, fine. Oh, there's another wolf. I didn't see him back there. Okay, let's go. We need to end with Devious, so let's start hitting with the Devious. There we go. Bye-bye. And we ended with Devious. See, so much faster, right? The best way to beat such animals is by showing them who's boss. The wolves become intimidated by your presence and flee. The fleeing wolves are followed by crying pups. They make it away safely. Alright. The crew traverses an area that looks like it's never been trodden before. Maria finds a weird, colorful stone that looks valuable. The crew goes to take a look. Sadly, a close look shows the stone is no gold or gemstone. The crew dismisses the stone as some common pebble. Sometimes you find a natural phenomenon that's worth researching. However, if you approach it incorrectly, the data might be useless. We get 3, but at a 23% chance. The campaign token's worth like 1.6 tokens, so that's like 3.6. And we get 1 by itself. I think it's better to just go with the 1. Gold and status. On one of those rainy days, you see a feather lying beneath a small tree. The feather is both magnificent and valuable. Nice. Let's go down this way. Your crew stops at an open field. Delicious, rare mushrooms are growing here in small troops. These delicacies will go down great at parties or as a gift to the other renowned explorers. What a weird place. The ground is getting increasingly soft, and the air starts to smell foul. Weird rocks stand between the crooked trees. Hildegard thinks you might have reached a pretty special point in this forest. While looking around, Hildegard notices clues of fossilized remains. The crew is getting excited. Could you maybe find your first fossils right here in this swampy place? Maybe conducting some research in the swampy areas will yield better results. Ooh, that is a bad negative. -1 resolve, -1 supplies. That is not something I want to risk. Let's try excavating the safe areas. I don't think it's worth it. You just take the time to start excavating the safe areas for fossils. Normally this would take longer, but the soft ground makes it easier. After mere hours of work, the crew finds something. What did he find? What did we find? Baronix Claw. We got gain an extra encounter token if we resolve an encounter devious. Okay. A fantastic find. You're going to be the envy of the renowned explorers with such a rarity. Now that treasure here is dug up, the crew can concentrate on finding the Druidic Circle again. It's over here! We're not going to go there yet. I know where the Druidic Circle is. I'm going around it. The crew walks over some fallen trees in the forest when Maria slips and falls. Maria goes tumbling down before landing bottom first on a rotten trunk, breaking the trunk in two. Ouch! Charles can't help it and bursts out laughing at Maria as Maria rolls around on the ground in pain. It takes at least 1 full minute before Charles notices that the rotten trunk has some interesting mold samples. Charles mockingly thanks Maria for the rear search. Love that joke. We're now out of supplies. We're going to start taking some debuffs. Lost some attack power. What an amazing place. The nature here has remained untouched for ages, and the forest cliffs hold some valuable ore. The crew could spend days here, but to really get a result, it needs to focus on one task. We're already out of supplies, so this -2 supplies does not hurt us in the least bit, so we're going to do that one. You're out of supplies, you press on, but the situation's getting worse. We lose armor. There's another weird, colorful stone. It looks as worthless as the other one, but the crew starts thinking there may be something to this stone. Okay. So 3.6 tokens versus 1 token, a 32% chance. It's worth it to go for this, even if it means -10 armor. Man. Oh well. Charles takes another hard look at the weird stone, but cannot possibly find anything noteworthy about it. The crew accepts Charles' analysis and continues exploring. Charles can't stop wondering about the stone, though, and it's a little distracted. You're out of supplies, you press on, but the situation's getting worse. Loses armor on Maria. We're going to go with survival for Charles. He's going to be a survivalist. Head around this way. The crew finds ancient Celtic holy grounds. A very interesting find that there isn't much known about ancient Celtic mythology yet. Something worth investigating. The site is very interesting. There are runes with rituals described to honor Cernos, the horned god. Those who fail to perform the ritual properly will be cursed with bad luck, and the runes state you learn a lot from observing, but Maria thinks you might learn even more by performing the ritual. So Maria thinks we would learn more by performing the ritual, but is too afraid of being cursed, and so she won't do it. I am not risking a resolve on that. Not a chance. +2 study. I'm all for that. You don't need to perform a silly ritual. You have scientific observation. Once the crew is done researching, Hildegard tells everyone to pack up their bags and move forward. We have a 14-year-old telling us what to do. This is weird. Well done. Found the hidden hoard. We're going to go with discovery because we need a science very badly. Lost grit. Nice. You found a grove full of edible plants. Basically, we found some supplies. Why did it have to be now? Although I guess it's fine. Suddenly, Hildegard orders everyone to stop. This part of the forest looks different. Maybe someone used to live here hundreds of years ago. The crew starts investigating and finds broken Celtic pottery, some of which are useful for the investigation. Others will net you some coin. Uh-oh, we got an encounter on this side, and we got tons of debuffs. Some cuddly sheep are fond of the crew and keep surrounding you. It makes it hard to move, and you have to do something. Alright. Let's beat up some sheeps. In the most friendly way possible. Devious or friendly. It says we can take either route. Probably want to circle them a little bit. Start with Maria on this side. One hit wonder. Bye-bye. Bye-bye to you. Charles. Go with a sure thing, Charles. Goodbye to you. Okay. Why are there two? There's two bars here. That's very strange. Keep having that bug. I don't know what causes that. Okay. Friendly again. And then we'll go and take out this guy with another friendly. Ta-da! Friendly approach. You are a true friend of the animals. The sheep follow you, but Hildegard teaches them not to get in the way. Hildegard even gives the cutest sheep a name. Woolly Maria. Awesome. Archaeologist. Let's go for that. And then Hildegard, Naturalist. Let's go with that. Going with all the secondaries on this run. All the secondary perks. The Druidic Circle must be somewhere around. Once you get this, the expedition will come to an end. Alright. We've done this enough times. We gotta fight Cassandra this time. Let's go. You going down. Need to resolve this friendly if possible. I want to get rid of the ads in the back because they are the problem. Let's go ahead and have Maria be at the front. Take him out with excited. Now let's have Hildegard go over here. Since Charles is kind of like my defender, we'll have her do impressed, and then he's gone. And Charles can just stand there and look awesome. Ow. Wish I had an AoE right about now. What is this? Seduce, cheer, and group insult. Group insult? I do have an AoE right now. Putting right about here. That does a lot of damage. I'll take it. And let's kind of form up a little bit of a... Ooh, they both have negative to armor. Way negative to armor. Let's put Hildegard over here. Put Maria over here. See if we can just get them. What's Cassandra weak to? Because we're probably going to have to take her out pretty quickly with all of our defense. Basically, almost all of our debuffs are to our defense. So we're going to have to take her out very fast. We're going to lose our resolve to her attacks. So let's hit with the Excite. And then Hildegard can hit with whatever Hildegard wants to hit with, really. Okay, here's where it could be bad. That wasn't too bad. I thought it was going to be much worse with all our debuffs. Let's take you down, Charlie Brown. Okay, you're gone. You're gone. Hildegard. Start working on Miss Cassandra here. She's weak to excited, so I'm going to get somebody on her with excited. Ooh, the AoE always hurts. Okay, let's get something going, something like that. Ooh, look at that. That's a lot of damage. Wow. Boink. Cassandra is pleased with your diplomatic approach. I hope so. Cassandra is very content with you. Oh my, you are quite kind, yes. I will be rooting for your rise, yes. Please take some research papers we collected. Sorry that I couldn't be more help to you. And she leaves to follow Ravelo. All of our crew members get +1 speech and +2 study tokens. He's gone, but it's okay. We got a hooded figure pops up. He's a druid. Amazing. I saw how you handled that encounter just now. Your friendly solution is admirable. I'm honored that someone like you is looking for our history. Allow me to help with a divination. Please tell me, what is the dream you chase? Okay, apparently we have to go with science in this case because, well, because Hildegard. Science, noble cause for sure. I sense the earth is excited to be discovered. Give me a minute. So he goes and gets us some rare minerals for study tokens and the ammonite fossil. Which is not, it's actually my, yeah, it's definitely my favorite fossil because it gives that 8 study tokens, which is so valuable this early in the game. I'll take it. With this find, your expedition still concludes on a high note. However, it's clear if you want to be the most renowned explorer, you'll have to beat Rivalo, which we will. We will crush him into dust. I said it. It's going to happen. Good treasures. Let's see what we rack them up. Let's see how much resources we get. Ooh, it's going to be close. It is going to be close, but I think we got just enough to make that happen. A magnificent job. The Board of Renowned Explorers International Society is impressed by your exploration skills. We get more supplies. He gives us this thingy bopper here, then tells us about Rivalo and needing to do 4 expeditions, and then tells us about different things it does, and then tells us about the guide up here, and then tells us that we can continue on to the world map. Hooray. Research. So preparation and chronicles is still preparation is still the way to go. +2 study for doing insight. We're going to get extra study tokens for having 4 insight, and we're going to research first and do insight afterwards. So unlock preparation, and now we want to pretty much go with all the way down to the supplies. We want to make sure we get this, preferably get this if we can. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sound is a little loud, at least in my ears. Okay, and we need 60 to get this. We should be able to just fine get that with insight tokens. So, Hildegard. I'll just have her do every insight thing. Hildegard, and that should do it. Just barely. Boink. 1 extra token for each job where you spend insight on the world map. We still have 2 more tokens, so that gained us 2 more study tokens. Now you see why I wanted to hit this point so badly with the fighters. You lose, like, if you don't get to this point, you end up losing a lot of tokens if you're not careful, if you can't research enough. So, yeah. And in not getting the 2 supplies, that was really killer. I can't remember if I did that on the fight. I'm pretty sure I didn't get that on the fighter run. Alright, we got 132 status. We can check out the entourage shop. Gain 1 study for resolving devious. Gain 1 campaign for resolving aggressive. None of these are any good. Wow, that's not. None of those are good at all. We don't have enough. We don't have enough status anyway. All right, I guess we're hanging on. We're not going to get the helpers. I'm trying to get more specialists. I feel like it's going to work better, but it's going to mean we're not going to be able to get anything for this turn. And then gold, we're not going to spend the gold till we get the Zimmy talismans. So yeah, that's the end of this episode. In the next episode, you'll see me pick out my next expedition. Hopefully the faster you know, the faster expedition is going to be enjoyable for you guys. I know now that, you know, we get into the second expedition, I don't have to go through all the setup and picking the team and everything, and this whole thing is going to go, these are going to be shorter videos, and hopefully some that you can enjoy by having them be more bite-sized. But like I said, watch a couple of them. After that, if you don't like it, let me know. I'll be glad to change it back. So thanks so much for watching, and remember, keep it clean.